Cool.
Man, Instinct trying to take over this fucking UFL, bro. It was just Valor now. All Instinct fucking niggas.
I'm not trying to do nothing about anything.
Because you ain't shit, man. You don't want to be the...
RNS, man. I'm your host, Raymond Davis. I'll tell you a little bit about me first, and then we'll dive into what we got going on today. I just recently graduated from the University of Louisville. I was a Division I athlete. I was all Big East in track and field and the 100-meter dash. Purpose of me doing this show, man, is really just to, I don't really care, what people think about me. I just want you to think. You know what I mean? Like, my whole thing is, I might not be the nigga that is on the front lines of the battlefield and shit, but, I want to spark the dialogue that leads to the change that everybody wants to see. So, my purpose for doing this, bro, is just about dialogue, man. Dialogue and good discussion. The shit that niggas do anyways, the shit I'm just putting it on wax. So I'm gonna have all my co-hosts and shit like that introduce themselves. We're gonna get this thing going underway. So, my brother to my right, introduce yourself.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Rashad Mitchell. I ain't shit. Nah, but I graduated from University of Louisville with a degree in exercise science, and I ain't used that shit yet. So, and I'm in debt. Fuck it. You know what I mean? That's life. And what I do is I read, I listen, I watch, and I just talk real shit. And I do poetry. Holler at me.
Alright, I'm Daniel Cockrell. Graduated actually last December from the University of Louisville with a degree in social and cultural competence. Yeah, that's basically it. I play video games.
Man, it's barbershop talk. Every day, real nigga shit. Question of the century, man. In a fight, to the death, one-on-one. We're going to spend 5 minutes on this topic. Goku versus Superman. Daniel, who you got, man?
Y'all know I'm a DBZ fan. Love Dragon Ball Z, so I have to go with Goku. Have to.
For what? I also say Goku, but I'm going to play devil's advocate. Why?
Why? Because he's Goku. He got the transformation. He saves the world all the time. And, it's Superman. I don't like Superman.
For what? He's Supes, man. He's the original hero. If it wasn't, it's between him and Captain America, the original hero.
Let's look at the science, though, behind Superman. For one, he gets his power from the sun.
Okay.
But he's white.
Them bitches burned up in the sun.
So he's supposed to be black anyway.
So he should be red. He should be red.
Nah, he should be black.
You know what I mean? He should be black.
Okay.
He also has good fights with Wonder Woman. So, basically, if Superman was to beat Goku, that means to say that Goku will also lose to Wonder Woman. So, I just can't see it. He's weak against a glowing radioactive rock.
What's Goku's real weaknesses? Just him not being so smart.
Yeah, he's
the first time.
No, he's an idiot.
Yeah, he was dropped on his head when he was a kid.
If you fuck with Dragon Ball Super, bro, Goku in normal life, he's a terrible person, and it's not he's a bad guy.
He don't know better.
He's just dumb, just flat out. If it ain't got nothing to do with push-ups, sit-ups, and hyperbolic time chamber, nigga's stupid, man. But shit, I'm gonna go with Goku only on the basis that Goku can actually fight. Superman is strong, but if you ever look at it, have you ever seen Superman ever really fuck somebody up on just the basis of fighting as opposed to beating someone's ass?
Hey, without his powers, Muhammad Ali whooped his ass. I'm just saying that.
He has no technique. He just talks back.
He's just stealing you off top.
Yeah.
Nah, Goku can fight, and plus, my whole thing is who's the weakest nigga I can think of? Piccolo blew up the moon.
Easy.
Piccolo blew up the moon within the first 10 episodes. Now, there's 350 episodes of this damn series. And by at least episode 200, they 10 times stronger than episode 10. So if Piccolo's the 4th, 5th best guy, and he's blowing up the moon off top, Goku can beat Superman just off of power scale. If Goku's a 10, Superman would probably be a 7.
Fuck that. Superman's a cheat code. That's why I don't like
cheat code.
He come up with new powers out of his ass. Shit. Oh shit. Oh, I have super breath now. I have super vision, super breath, super speed, super everything. I'm just a super motherfucker. I have super knitting and super cooking power.
Super
The
nigga,
nigga just
super
nigga just has superpowers out of his ass. He just nigga
No,
like
they said he pulled the solar system with his teeth one time. Now that, like, if you go off of feats, yeah, Superman probably has him in feats because he has like
I mean,
a whole team full of writing as opposed to like 2 motherfuckers on Dragon
with
Ball
what
Z.
rope?
You said hey, look,
Was it a super rope? Like for real?
in
Like
comic books you can do everything, man.
he just wrapped the super dick around it and pulled it. I don't know what the fuck the nigga did, bro.
They said he sneezed the universe out of existence.
and that's my issue. Like the writers just write whatever they want to happen with Superman, and he just does it.
Nigga, that
He
nigga
just
just an
does
L2, L1, L2, R1, R2 type motherfucker. He's a cheat
He's
code.
a San Andreas get the money code.
Nigga's a cheat code,
Makes him
bro.
a horrible character.
Just he has zero character development. Like the only
At
character
all.
development he has is like as a human being. Like think about like, all right, man. My mom would probably watch this shit, but like, if you was a girl and you got fucked by Superman, he'd probably be like average. Cause he has to lack at something, man. Like, if you got fucked by Superman, not only like would he break your pelvis, like the niggas punching through like planets and shit. Like him fucking a regular chick with a regular like skeleton and bone structure, he'd kill her.
Yeah.
No one would ever live Telltale, except maybe Wonder Woman.
Does he have a kid? He probably does.
He probably has a kid in one comic book or some shit. But we gonna move on, man. Next thing we got, we're gonna play this game called One Gotta Go. I'm gonna give you 4 topics. Now to these 4 topics, man, you tell me which one of these things could you do the most without? Donald? Nah, she
She
was
probably got
reading.
paper in front of her. Still know what she's talking about.
Yeah, she read a straight script. So we got brownies, chocolate chip cookies, Rice Krispie treats, and Oreos. Out of them 4, which could you do without? I'll go last.
Guess I go first. Rice Krispies. Yeah, we can do without those.
All right,
Rice
all right. Fuck it.
Krispies
I'm gonna say. See, you said Rice Krispies. I'm gonna say chocolate chip cookies. Fuck them.
Chocolate chip. That's the out of all 4 of them,
That's
bro.
neutral though.
Chocolate chip cookies is the one that's staying.
Nah, fuck that.
That's the default.
But I mean, but like, you can put
Nah,
weed.
that chocolate chip cookies, dog.
You can put weed in brownies, bro.
Put all right. Out of
Brownies
4,
can get you high.
cookies can get you high.
Cookies can give you diabetes though. But at least with brownies, you be high with diabetes, bro. You know what I mean? You can't beat that, bro.
So you did with a smile. So look, out of the 3 of them, man, out of the 4 choices, man, which 2 are staying? Like, bar none, without question, which 2 is staying?
Oreos have to.
Oreos is staying,
Yeah.
and brownies.
and brownies is staying.
Man, nigga, they made cereal out of fucking Oreos, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
It doesn't exist. Like,
That's America's
You make cereal out of chocolate chip cookies too.
The fucking
yeah, they had Cookie Crisp.
They did.
They did. They made Cookie Crisp, man. So I'm saying chocolate chip cookies, brownies. Shit. Between Rice Krispies and Oreos,
What?
could you eat 10 Oreo cookies?
You don't eat a whole pack of Oreo cookies. That's America's favorite cookie right there.
Could you eat 10 Rice Krispie treats?
Nah.
Probably not.
Hell no.
I'm gonna stick with Oreos, and out of the 4, we'll say Rice Krispies gotta go, man. That shit hurts, dog. Cause I like all 4.
Nah, oatmeal raisin cookies is the best though. It's
Nah,
the best
Snickers.
dessert.
We moving on.
I like fruit in my desserts.
We're
Go ahead.
moving
Nah, go
on.
ahead.
At that point, we moving on. The next one, man, we got out of the 4 of these black movies, man. Which one can the streets do without, man? And this one's probably harder than the first one. We got Juice, Menace to Society, New Jack City, and Boys in the Hood. Out of them 4, which could you do without?
New Jack City.
New Jack City. Between New Jack City and Juice, they had the best soundtracks out of the 2 of them. Like out of all 4.
I mean, but shit, you can't get rid of Ricky.
What? All right.
You can't get rid of that.
So which one stays, man? Like which one is completely off the table without question? Which one stays?
I mean, Boys in the Hood is a hood classic beyond hood classics. Like
Is that Ice Cube start? So as a nod to Ice Cube, it gotta stay.
Hey, Ice Cube on my top 5 dead or alive. You know what I mean?
He is. That is a topic for another day. I have a great appreciation for Ice Cube.
Shit, you can't get rid. Cuba Gooding Jr. That's the one of the good. How many good Cuba Gooding Jr. movies have you seen? What?
At least 12.
You nigga, how many can you remember? You probably remember what Snow Dog and shit. That's it.
I wouldn't put Snow Dogs up there.
Oh, that's
You
radio.
seen that one movie on Netflix with niggas playing chess and shit?
Nah.
That motherfucker was alright. I'd be like, bro, I ain't really trying to watch no chess movie, but it was alright. You forget it's Cuba Gooding Jr. Hey, the nigga was O.J. Simpson in American Crime Story.
Alright, he's a good actor. Fuck it. But anyway,
The nigga played O.J. The Juice, man.
Boys in the Hood.
Hey, Frank, that's some of the most classic one-liners, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you need some help, homie. You know?
Nigga with hamburger.
You heard me on the bike.
You want these
Oh, yeah,
cheeseburgers,
yeah.
man? Come on, man. No, man.
That was-
Hey, bro. Nah.
Nino Brown. Y'all could go against Nino Brown.
I can go against Nino Brown.
Nino
Don't get me
Brown.
wrong. The ending, his dialogue at the end when he was talking to the judge, perfect, bro. Perfect. He broke down the system, how that shit's corrupt and shit.
This
How-
nigga said, sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Hey, you know what?
And then,
Nino
he told,
Brown, yeah.
and then he told G Money, his best friend, that he can't get mad that his bitch got fucked.
Man, he did.
He told like to his face, and this film was hurt. He had his bitch dancing for him.
Also, you got
Looking at him in the
Man,
eyes.
Pookie too.
And he put that knife through his hand. Remember he...
And
Pretty
Ice T,
motherfucker.
man.
Man.
Pretty motherfucker.
Yeah. You got Ice T too.
He did have some one-liners,
Yo,
dog. I
Ice T,
forget
that
about
was
the
my
folks.
mother, man. You know that nigga talk, man. But shit, I don't know,
I think that's
bro.
one reason I don't like the movie. I don't like Ice-T. I don't like Ice-T.
Ice T.
Ice-T.
I think that's the reason why I don't like the movie, bro.
So we kicking Juice out and keeping the other three.
I like Juice though. But I'll be honest. Only reason I like Juice is because Rakim album under better. Juice is probably the weakest movie out that list though. Juice.
Juice
It
probably
wasn't even Tupac's strongest movie.
Juice probably the hardest soundtrack.
But yeah, like had that Rakim, Know the Ledge.
That Menace to Society soundtrack, though.
I mean,
Man.
Yeah.
Bruh. You get some classics.
All
On
of them, like-
UGK, Pocket Full of Stones.
Any early '90s film all had hella soundtracks.
man,
Above the Rim soundtrack.
Above the Rim soundtrack
Classic.
is top 10.
that
All
movie
movie
wasn't that
soundtrack.
good though. But you know,
Nah, them niggas played
Yeah.
on 7-foot rim.
Yeah.
I was like, ain't not Wood Harris ain't dunking. Hell nah.
nigga,
This shit.
it's like
What are we kicking out, man?
you got, man, you kicking out.
Is he the Juice?
Just are we including the soundtrack? Or we just talking about just the movie?
Just the
So
movie.
one,
Just
just
the
a movie. So
Just-
one gotta go.
Juice gotta go.
Oh man,
Juice gotta go, bro.
that's tough, man.
It's between Juice and what?
I mean,
New
don't get
Jack
me wrong.
City.
Q was the nigga that made me want to fuck older bitches, bro. You know what I mean?
Between Juice and New Jack City?
Yeah.
So it's between Juice, I'm gonna have to get rid of Juice, bro.
What you say,
Rest in
Dan?
peace, Tupac.
Man.
Between Juice and New Jack City.
I'm probably gonna go with Juice. I'm gonna go with Juice on that one.
D. Floyd.
Yeah.
Man, I hate to say it, man, because Pac, but yeah, Juice gotta go.
I'm just keeping New Jack City. That's just personally my favorite out of the four.
Was it?
So Juice gotta go, man. Yes.
Gotta go.
Dino Brown is the coolest nigga ever.
Yeah.
He's the epitome of cool.
Nigga.
And he had that nigga Keith Sweat singing.
Sing at the wedding? Was that at the wedding?
Yeah, he had the nigga singing at the wedding.
I don't know. The nigga used the kid with the black bullet, right? You a little bitch.
He,
But
Easy.
hey,
I didn't say he was a good
but
guy.
They
Yeah.
did shoot that one nigga broad daylight for everybody. Rock
At the
Bye.
beginning? Yeah.
Hey.
That's how you do it. You run up on him. Yeah.
hey, you know what? Yeah, New Jack was cold movie, bro.
all right,
It was
man.
cold.
Yeah, it was cool.
Moving on, we got the last one. Best rap duo, best rap group. UGK,
Phrase it. It's a southern rap group.
3-6,
Rap spinners.
Outkast, 8 Ball, and MJG.
Hey, is it
Out of them four,
Is it bad to say 3 6 Mafia is the king of the one hit wonders? Like, cause they have multiple hits, but it's like nigga, nobody really knows that it's 3 6 Mafia until somebody, you know. What
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like,
They have like a
they had Turtle Club up. That was good for a good couple weeks. You had Ryan Spinners,
Scissor.
That was them.
You know what
Oh,
I mean?
that
See,
one.
see,
Hey.
I didn't know that.
Like,
I gotta stay fly.
They the kings of the one hit wonders. Like
I was like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't buy an album.
They got
but
the
you would buy an
anthems.
album of singles.
They
Like,
know how
it's like
them
you
bang
know
them
what you
club
gonna
bangers.
know.
Yeah.
you would fuck with 3-6. You fuck with 3-6. Like if you bought their album, you buy their album for 2 songs.
Yeah.
what else?
And the rest, and you
What's
like
that song
you
Project Pat
skip.
had with Lachette?
Chicken Head.
Chicken.
Yes,
Them motherfuckers hard.
Hey, yeah.
Don't save her.
She don't wanna be
saved.
saved.
Don't save. Bruh,
They been saying all that shit 15
them
years
niggas
ago.
be making some hits, but nobody will ever know the niggas. Bruh. Most known, unknown for real.
All I know, man, out of them 4,
You couldn't listen to the whole album.
Nah, but you can listen.
Outkast
Stays.
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 Outkast stays.
Without a
I don't know why
doubt.
it's even on the list, bruh.
Without a
UGK
doubt.
is probably number 2.
I thought you put like fucking Ghetto Boys on there other than that. The only nigga I fuck without a Ghetto Boys.
Ain't nobody
is
fucking with Brad. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody fucking with Brad.
I got the nigga book, bro.
I gotta get this shit.
Hey,
UGK is probably second, so it's between 3-6 and 8Ball and MJG. And Ball and G is cold.
They
man.
cold.
R&B
They cold.
They are.
But like,
That In Our Lifetime album,
but
classic.
it's like 8Ball MJG is cold as like Southern Underground.
Underground.
legend.
That's where they
But,
stayed, bruh.
You know what I mean?
Well, Underground got some gems. They want them.
I mean, but yeah,
Of
but
course.
I don't know. They'll never be.
That lay it down is
They'll
hard,
never get
dog.
the props that they do. Put like that. They'll never get the props.
They get the props they do from the streets, like from artists, yeah, but from
Yeah.
the public, nah.
They would
Not
So-
from mainstream. Not from the mainstream.
Ball and G and 3-6 between them 2, man.
360 gotta go, bro. I'm sorry.
3-6.
3-6 out.
Yeah.
They
Fuck that
out.
Grammy.
They out of here.
They got a Grammy. No, they got a Grammy,
They
man.
got-
8Ball and G ain't got no Grammy. 8Ball and G gotta go, man. And I like them personally.
But so the white man, so when the white man recognize you, then you beat a hood legend. 8Ball MJG.
Hey, that just represents
they
you at
put
the.
Tennessee on. I don't feel like there would be a 3-6 mafia without 8Ball MJG. Come on, bro.
But
You know
that
it's
award,
hard out here for a pimp.
that award represents
Nigga,
when you are at the
Terrence
peak of
Howard
your
rapped for that
popularity.
shit. That's how fucked up it is. They just made beat. They probably wrote it, made the beat, but it took Terrence Howard to give a nigga the Grammy, bro.
I give it to Taraji P for real.
Yeah. Hey, that is straight though.
That was
tell
right.
you, bro. You always stick people who had you from the bottom. You feel me? Because Taraji had fucking what's his name, Terrence Howard, all the way from his heart out here to a pimp to whatever the fuck they was making on the Empire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
feel me?
They
She
had each
that
other's
nigga.
back.
Yeah.
Better part of 10 years. Man.
For real.
Yeah.
I'm outvoted, man.
So,
Ball and G stays. 3-6 gotta go. The next thing we're gonna talk about, man, is current events. What's going on today, man? First thing I want to get to, man, is Pokemon Go, bro. Like, what's
My shit, name my friend. Let me check on my shit. Man.
what's
Go
the
ahead.
big deal about Pokemon Go? Like, where did this shit even come from? And like, why did it catch so much traction? Like, it caught as much traction as the shit did in like '98.
Like nigga, that shit hit like cocaine, bro. That shit hit like crack.
I don't understand it. Like, you got grown people who never even played Pokemon, watch Pokemon out here camping out trying to find.
I never played
Like,
it.
it's
Still
crazy.
don't play it.
Yo,
Like,
look,
it's
I'm playing this shit now, nigga.
Like-
I'm trying to catch me a fucking nigga now. You know what I mean? But it's
I
like,
have it, but I just think maybe it's just like I'm so far behind. I just let everybody else have it.
I mean, I grew up with it, but like I don't like it as much as the real game.
I hated the show.
I was a huge fan. I had all of it. If you ask anybody I know, I had Pokemon everything. Now I quit when it came out for like Ruby Red and all of that shit, Leaf Green. That's when I quit playing, like 04, but
Man.
95 to like 2003,
Hey,
that's all I played.
hey, fuck you, because I've been trying to catch a ride on since I was 11 years old, and I'm gonna catch this bitch one day. You know what I
You
mean?
was 11.
I've been trying to catch this bitch since I was young. You know what I mean?
It's just the fact that it's on smartphone.
I feel like
Now I gotta download it just because everybody's playing it. Now I gotta see
I
what
feel like
the fuss is
this,
about.
man.
anybody
I feel
under
left
21,
out, man.
I feel like anybody under 21, 23 even, bro. If you under 20, if you're not in your 20s, you need to let all these old niggas with careers and kids and shit live out their nostalgia. Like, there gotta be like a 6-month grace period
Right.
for y'all.
If you- like, if
Niggas
you
with no
was-
lives, they ain't got shit better to do what they like to play. Now I gotta fight a nigga that's level 30 and shit because I gotta go to work and shit. And this little motherfucker 12 years old beating my ass.
Like if you was born after 94,
Huh? Yeah, if you was born
94.
I mean, that's the
before,
real 90s. If you was born after 94, I don't feel like you should even be able to call yourself a 90s baby. Nigga, you just nigga, you a 90s stepchild. That's what the fuck
Yeah.
you are.
I don't know. What, you in your 30s. So like, is that how y'all felt about like shit, I guess 80s babies. Like it was a difference between being born in 81 and being born in like 80, 88.
I consider myself 80s, 80s baby for real. I think like 89ish, 90. That's like the 90s babies. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like I know we can go by the decade or whatever the number, but like at the times, it was already tilted towards
the next
gen. Yeah. Like 89, it already had that. The 90s has already started, you know.
New Jack Swing shit?
You can see it, yeah.
Like, I'm born in 91, bro. I'm telling you now, like, I work with kids, bro, that's like 15, everywhere from 17 to 6 years old, bro. And these niggas don't go outside and play, bro. That's why niggas is dying playing Pokemon Go, because niggas never went outside and played.
Right.
They start to get a couple sun rays. They don't know how to cross the street or nothing. You feel me? Like, niggas in the 90s, you playing outside in the street, you feel me? All you heard, car! Everybody move to the side. So when the car go past, you get right back in the street. These little motherfuckers, car, word, boom. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Because people walking off cliffs and everything.
Yeah,
like, I used to think about
Pokemon, man.
I used to think about like as far as like hooping goes. Like to me, I work at a community center. They be young cats born like 2001 with their little chest poked out. Like, yeah, I'm cold at basketball. Play me, Mr. Raymond. I'd be like, man, I'm not going. You born in 2000. Like, even if you are, like, I can't play. It's like to me. I wonder, like, at what point, like, the generation before us thought, like, man, y'all some little niggas, y'all some young niggas. It's like, I don't know, like, you about the same age as, like, we'll say, like, Iverson, them older. You, like, probably, like, Chauncey Billups in them's age. So, like, what hoopers was, like, young to y'all, where y'all was just like, man, fuck out of here. Y'all niggas, young niggas.
Like, I'm trying to say.
Like the LeBrons and them's.
LeBron, who was that? Melo,
like them cats,
yeah,
like the early 2000s,
yeah,
hoopers,
that's like I seen them, witness them when they was like, I mean, we all did, but
yeah, that shit's crazy. But like, why do y'all think Pokemon Go just got so much like traction? Like,
I mean,
like you said, like it hit like it was a drug.
Like it's all about nostalgia, because like anytime you was a kid, you feel me? Like everything was better. Like I ran through my old hood I grew up on, you feel me, over in the East End. And I'm talking about we moved out of there when I was 13. So I go back, you feel me, I'm thinking like it's gonna be out like shit's a little better than it was. You know what I mean? But still, you feel me, you go back to your old neighborhood like, damn nigga, that shit was crack. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's just
nostalgia, you right.
That's all it is.
It's nostalgia.
Like, you watch Pokemon, you watch all your old ass movies that you was fucking with when you was little. You're like, yo, this shit's weak as shit. What the hell?
Man,
you know what I mean? But it's all about it.
You
watch Power Rangers, but that shit hurts. Don't ever
not
watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It will hurt you.
It's the worst acting in America. Like it's the worst.
You got niggas in trying to play in high school with 5 o'clock shadows and shit. You know?
That shit's terrible. Like that's some of the worst screenwriting. Like it's just bad top to bottom. Like
a lot of stuff doesn't.
It was just packaged correctly. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's like when you go back and look at a lot of things that you watch as a kid. It doesn't age well. A lot of stuff don't age well, But like animation, certain shows like Pokemon or whatever, Dragon Ball Z, age a lot better than the live action shows. Because they was already doing something out of this world.
Old, bro. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like if you see Tommy from, if Tommy don't look like he was still 1991 Tommy from.
I don't know if Tommy right now put on a green Power Ranger, I'll probably make fun of him. Like if you put on the outfit right now, you feel me? I'll probably like, bro. But if you watch Goku though, it don't even matter. Yeah, you're right.
Goku will always be 28 type shit, even though his kids is like 36.
It's all about the nostalgia.
It's just nostalgia.
You feel me?
So next thing we got, man, I'm gonna switch it, and I don't really fuck with politics because this year is fucked up regardless. But I know y'all seen the video and all the posts and shit of Melania Trump stealing Michelle Obama's speech. Like, was the backlash necessary? And my secondary question is just, don't y'all feel like at this point, like in the presidential race and shit, like the Trumps do the wrong shit on purpose? Like, don't it feel like
Oh,
they
yeah,
do the shit on purpose?
hell
I feel
yeah.
like, I feel like he just wanted to get in there so he can, because Trump's asset is his name. His business is shitty. All of them bankrupt. You know what I mean? His what he had, Trump steaks. You ain't never had a Trump steak. You feel me?
No.
You know what I mean?
What are those?
So like, the nigga ain't got shit going for him, but the models and shit. What was that? The little
Pageants.
Miss
America pageant.
That's it. That's the only thing this nigga got going for him besides the where he had Lil John and shit trying to be his little
Apprentice.
secretary.
Apprentice.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
forgot
So the
about
only
that
thing the
shit.
nigga sells is his name. You feel me? He don't own Trump Towers. His name is just owned. He leases his name out to a building. You know what I mean? So he just got into politics to build up his name. I feel like he was saying shit like trying to get like, hey bro, I need to get back at it. Shit. Like,
He does on the building though.
Yeah. Oh, he does on the buildings?
Yeah, they built that. He was in real estate for years. That's how he got his. I mean, he got his money from his grandfather.
Yeah.
But don't you just feel like his whole family like do the wrong shit on purpose just to see like,
Of course.
I
cause like it's no repercussions for it.
I feel like it's
He-
an all
he-
stage period.
He said that shit straight up. He's like, I can stand on the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and still get votes. Like it's legit though.
In
Feel me?
today's society, they'll probably pull up whoever he shot's record and be like, he was a bad person.
Mhm.
Anyways. He was bad. He was bad for business.
Don't let him be
Like,
black.
yeah.
Don't let him be black, nigga. You shoot, bro.
Man.
Yeah, like
That's
what was
true.
she literally stole Michelle Obama's speech verbatim. Like, if you match them up, the only thing she didn't say is like, I was poor and black. But everything else is the same.
And I think I don't even give a shit. You know what I mean? I feel like that's like that's the least important thing because nobody talks about nobody else's speeches, and the rest of them speeches was nothing but fear mongering, lies. None of them had any statistics, anything valid behind it. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm gonna really do some shit.
Right. You have yet to see a platform, a policy come out of Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So his every speech behind that was bullshit. That's all he did was bullshit. But instead of pointing out what Trump said, what his vice president, I forgot that nigga said, was it Pence or some shit?
Mike Pence.
Mike
Yeah.
Pence. Nobody pointed out anything. They talked about the random chick that ain't got nothing to do with what Trump's gonna do. If Trump gets president, only thing Melania's gonna do is suck a dick. That's it. That's her. She ain't no Michelle Obama. Let's be real. Michelle Obama got some pull, but Melania, she ain't about to do nothing but suck a dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think that I don't know if he's like. I just don't think he's super serious about being president. You know, I think if anything, what he's doing is he's opening up that ceiling for his kids. You know, like the glass ceiling. You know, like you know what I'm saying. He coming in like busting the door open. He ain't really serious about being president now. I really don't think so. I think this is just something that's gonna spark his kids maybe to be in part of it, possibly.
I think he'd just be like throwing out like feelers. I think he'd be like, fuck Mexicans. And then somebody's like, yeah. And he'd be like, yeah. Fuck Mexicans. Or he'd be like, we're going to build a wall so no one can get in.
What? I mean, yeah.
And then he'll be like, yeah. And it'll be like, he just throws out feelers like, you know, one day you're going to say some shit and get crickets. And then it'll be like,
I don't know, bro. I feel like
I was just
what
fucking
he
with
said.
y'all, bro. I was just fucking with y'all.
It's just-
I ain't mean it for real.
He made fun of a
like,
retarded guy, bro. I mean, my bad.
Yeah.
I can't say retarded. I gotta say mentally. He was physically, mentally disabled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he was making fun of him on stage, and he was still.
And they were still clapping.
But at any time you're able to make fun of somebody with a physical, mental disability and still get high in the polls, like
It was
that just
like-
showed the ignorance of America.
It was
bro.
like bystander effect.
So
Like if you see 10 niggas clap, that 11th niggas are like, shit, what are you clapping for?
Yeah.
the slow cap.
I think he almost feel left out.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't feel
like
left
that,
out.
man.
People gonna look at it's the bystander effect, man.
Some positives with that is though. I mean, Trump is doing it. I mean, he has no political experience whatsoever. So I mean, that just shows that
Anything
anyone
possible.
can do it. Right?
He exposed the underbelly of America.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I mean, you
The
can
thing
plagiarize
is, he
work.
exposed the underbelly of America to people who didn't see it to begin with. Because
Man.
we all broken black. I don't know about you. You probably make millions. As far as I know, the rest of us we broken back black.
I don't make millions.
You know what I mean? We knew about the underbelly. We in the middle of Kentucky, bro. We knew about the underbelly of America. We knew how Kentucky is the only state that consistently vote against their own interests.
Man.
We are one of the poorest states, one of the most unhealthiest states. But we consistently vote against higher minimum wage. Consistently vote against unions. Consistently vote against free health care. And we are the only state that would benefit the most from it.
In other words, we get in our own way.
You know what I mean?
Fuck ourselves over.
Yeah, because it hurts other people.
You know what I mean? So
that's how it works out.
it's just that's just murder for your ass. But yeah, fuck Milana.
You're right though. They vote against their own interests because they're fed this image like, you can be rich like me. Republicans are fiscally conservative. You can aspire to be like me. This business guy's real estate mogul. Whatever, billionaire. He appeals to their fears and appeals to their what they wish they could be. And that's he's
a minister. He's a preacher. That's what he
pretty
is.
much.
He's your neighborhood pimp priest. You know what I mean?
Your neighborhood pimp priest.
You feel me? He spits a lot of game. Don't have no facts behind it, but he tells you what to be afraid of. You feel me? You go to church. Your preacher ain't gonna tell you shit, but be afraid of hell. Listen, I don't know if I'm gonna get too deep. You try and get some more viewers.
I
Listen
don't know,
to this shit.
man.
But I'm saying this.
I don't know.
He does a lot of fear mongering. He tells you what to be afraid of. He never tells you why. Never gives you no facts behind it. Never even tell you the shit's real. But you should be afraid of it anyway. And he has the answers. He won't tell you how he got the answers. He won't tell you what the answers are. It's just that he has the answers just to believe in him.
Right. He just keeps saying, "I got a plan. I
got a plan. I got it."
Trump works in mysterious ways. Let me put that up. I'm gonna get a tweet. Trump
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You feel me? Too deep on this one. All right. We will say
So
that for
moving on, man. So China and North Korea have declared war on the United States.
Korea did not declare war.
This is what they say, man.
Oh, okay.
So what does this mean? How do y'all feel about it? Personally, I feel I go first, and I wanted to go last. Them niggas have probably done this shit about 10 times over. Like, I'm sure every country that's not America has said, fuck America, at least 6 times a year.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't really, if they bomb us, I don't think they can reach first.
I don't even think they can reach us
but
yet.
Like this, Korea, you gotta understand like the state of affairs. Korea, America's been trying to fuck up Korea for years, but we can't have a rational reason to do so. We need an excuse. Now, Korea never declared war. They said American sanctions on Korea was an act of war. You see what I'm saying? So they were basically saying that America's trying to start war with us. You know what I mean? And America is a bully. Everybody knows America is a bully nation. Right. And we're going to keep doing so those sanctions made you mad. We're going to do more sanctions. Nigga, jump. What you going to do? You know what I mean?
A motherfucker, man.
And as soon as Korea jumped, all it is, because we got bases in Korea. There's no base. Korea has no base in
There's no
America.
UN in the U.S.
He wouldn't even get to us as fast as we get.
You feel me? They don't have no base in America. We have bases over there. So if anytime they feel like jumping, you need to light their asses up right then. All America doing is waiting for a reason. So if Korea really declared war on America, they would have been gone by now. Because you can say, but they got nukes and shit. It takes time for the motherfuckers to let off. We right there now.
You gotta open the box, call the nigga with the key. you gotta get the nigga to put the codes in. Then you gotta do your countdown and shit.
Yeah.
And then it gotta get here. Ain't shit that fast.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean?
I also think it's a good example of like looking at how propaganda works. Like, of course, America's gonna try to make it look like this little country's the enemy, in our media. But we don't know their side. We're not able to see what the other side of the coin really looks like. So that's a good example. Like, you just gotta pay attention to what's in the news. Pay attention to what you read.
You gotta look at this. What does America have to gain? For example, when America went to fight with Libya, right? What did America have to gain? America really didn't have shit to gain. The world banking system did. You know what I mean? And America's part of the world banking system. We went off the gold standard in what, the 20s, 30s, something like that.
May I have your attention? The East Wing of
Yeah, they
Bexton
just keep
Library is
interrupting
now
us.
closed. Please exit the building or go to the West Wing at the Iron Study area. The library will reopen tomorrow at 7:30 a.m.
We'll edit this shit.
All right. So when we invaded Libya, you know what I mean, or put troops in there in Libya, because going against Libya was, everybody pretty much was against that. It happened anyway, and drone strikes, but they ain't gonna tell you all that. Drone strikes killed 90% innocent civilians. You know what I mean?
They'll blow the city up.
Yeah, they'll kill 90% innocent civilians with these drone strikes. But I ain't gonna get into you
To
that.
get 3 niggas.
Yeah.
Libya, only thing they was going to do was Gaddafi was going to have Africa go back into a gold standard.
Yeah, he was trying to change the money. He was trying to change the currency.
Back to
So-
gold, yeah.
Yeah, so if he do that, because Africa has all the gold, England has some gold. You know what I mean? America doesn't have, our money doesn't go off a gold standard, it goes off a debt system. And the debt system is controlled by the world banking system.
Mhm.
Korea has no world banks.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So what can America gain out of going to war with Korea? Because they can't gain shit from us.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? But we can gain something from them. We can put some banks over there for the world banking systems, try to punctuate their market. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? Whatever.
That's exactly what we're gonna
That's
do.
exactly-
We're gonna tear down all their stuff. We're gonna blow up everything, and then charge them to rebuild it.
You know
And
We
now
gonna
they
charge
got
them to
that.
build it.
Yeah.
Build a mall up there.
Like you started.
You know what I mean?
So
That same thing happened in Cuba. That's what just recently happened in Cuba was Obama went down to Cuba to basically, they tried to make it seem like it was trying to do peace and shit.
Mhm.
It's marketing. All that stuff down there was just so a business can start to get into Cuba, and that's the one thing Cubans didn't want. You know what I mean? Because Cubans, I don't know about happy. I'm not Cuban. You know, a lot of people are trying to get out of Cuba and shit like that. You know what I mean? But that's one thing that Cubans did not want, was part of that capitalistic bullshit that got America fucked up. But, it is what it is.
fuck them. We ball. So, last current event, man. So, Butler High School has recently sent out this hair policy. And in short, matter of fact, I'll read the post to you.
Butler should have known better.
It says something to the extent of hair and personal grooming in the dress code. Hairstyles that are extreme, distracting, or attention-getting will not be permitted. No dreadlocks, cornrows, twists, mohawks, and no jewelry will be worn in hair. Hair must be a natural color. No two-tone hair or severe contrast. This includes unnatural hair colors. No male may dye, tint, or highlight his hair in any way. The male's hair length must be kept at a reasonable length. Hair no longer than the top of the shirt collar, above the eyebrows and afros. No more than 2 inches in length. Tapered sides in the back. Cut-in designs and braids will not be permitted. So, my question for my panel is, ultimately it says you can't have an afro unless it's 2 inches in length, cornrows, dreadlocks, and your hair must be worn pretty much in its natural state. So, of course, we all know that this is targeting black folks. But my thing is, this whole thing of natural, like how else does our hair grow?
Exactly. Like it's going to naturally grow into a fro. And if you keep growing into a fro, it's naturally going to lock up.
If I do any type of grooming with my hair, I'll put it this way. Where do we'll say 90% of black people get their hair cut at? Barbershops, right?
Right.
5% do it themselves, and the other 5,
Go their cousins.
yeah, no a nigga.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
So
Shout out to Dave.
my whole thing is, this is the whole idea of like institutional racism, and institutional racism is not really overt, but it's a system and practice. Like if I say, oh, your hair has to be natural, but everybody in the back office is white and go to Great Clips can't really do shit for me. I can go in there and buy a Reese's or something, but use the bathroom, but like there's nothing I can do there.
That's real.
How many niggas say take a little off the
Go
top.
to Supercuts.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So my whole thing is like,
it's definitely
They
an
said
attack
it's-
on the culture.
yeah, it's an attack on culture for one, and then two,
And it may just be ignorance as well. The people who write these policies, I'm sure they aren't informed about culture, as far as black culture, hair. I think what they see is that they see the same imagery that, oh, you got dreads, you're a thug,
Right.
you got afro. This is like a control attempt at controlling people and
but they said like
and identity
Yeah,
as
they,
well.
they made the correlation that hair that is distracting will not be like permitted, but that's only to say, hair and academic production like correlate with each other. Like
Man.
if they don't, it's like saying like, oh man, your grades don't matter because you wear, and it's not just targeting black men, it's females too, because you have your hair in, I don't know, Bantu knots or whatever they wearing right now or whatever, but
It's
hair and-
Bantu knots.
Bantu knots is duty balls.
Oh, I
When
guess.
girls put their hair in them little duty balls and shit, and they take it down and it just goes.
Okay.
Or they do like a twist out.
Yeah, twist outs and shit like that. Like wearing your hair in your like
And that's the biggest excuse anyway, bro. Like, it's distracting, bro. Nobody wasn't even paying attention to that shit until you made that
Till you
policy.
said it.
You know what I mean? You know what's distracting? You talking about high school, 14 to 17-year-old boys.
They're horrible.
They're not worried about
a
no
musty
hair.
nigga. A musty nigga is distracting.
You feel me?
Exactly.
They worried about nigga ass. That's the only thing distracting to
Mhm.
a 14 to 17-year-old. He ain't worried about none of that, bro.
I
Like,
don't care what color your hair is, and you walk in.
No
Like-
clue. I mean, unless you come in like a peacock. Don't get me wrong. There's an extreme end of the spectrum. Like, don't come in fucked up, but we'll respect your identity within good reason. But to be like, oh, you can't wear cornrows, dreads, or afro. That's 4 out of the 5 black men hairstyles.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny because like we're black men, we all made it through college, and like we don't apply that at all.
No, like I tell people all the time. Like I work with immigrants, and they ask me all the time.
That's good.
Like,
That's a good point.
why is your hair long? Why do you have long hair? And I'll be like, my hair is a statement of who I am. I be telling people I'm Samson. I'm Samson, no Delilah. But my hair is my strength. Know what I mean? You like it says, if you have dreads, and I don't even call them dreads. Like I have locks. Like the reason why people call them dreads is because they're in like the Atlantic slave trade and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like when they had black people in them ships and shit, you couldn't do shit with your hair. You in a boat. You ever see like the little picture where they had them in there like sardines and shit?
Yeah.
What your hair gonna do? Your hair gonna mat up. So when they came out in the light to like get force fed and shit like that, they used to say, "Oh, your hair is dreadful." Get it dreadlocks or whatever. So I have locks in my hair, but that's a statement of who I am. Like I'm not gonna make fun of the kid. I'll make fun of the kid with the chili bowl. But I'm not going to be like, you can't wear a chili bowl in my class because your mother cut your hair. And I don't agree with great clips or some shit like that. But-
That would be.
Like I said,
that would be
academic
like-
production or academic excellence or anything like that has nothing to correlate with your hair. Hell, you can be a musty nigga and make straight A's.
Mm-hmm.
That still doesn't correlate. Like if you're a bad person or like a detriment to I don't think hair makes you a detriment to anyone else.
But I mean,
unless you got lights.
Unless you have lights.
Take your ass home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's different.
Unless I ain't seen a black motherfucker with lights. That's all I'm saying.
But then again, though, like you could look at it the other way, you infringing on people's freedoms and identities, and like that kind of like lowers their self-esteem in a way, and then their grades are going to be affected because you want them to have like the same hairstyle as everyone else.
True.
And
Oh,
that's when it affects
I
them.
never really agree with school uniforms either, for real. Because I mean, yeah, uniformity is one thing, but it's building to be more professional. And I know several hoes in my high school wore khakis every day. Like that didn't change them being like a hoe or a bad
Right.
person. Like niggas
I'm trying to tell you.
got in
assumption.
hella fights with
I'm trying to tell you assumption, bro.
3
When I
collar
was in high
shirts.
school,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? So we actually called them Butler girls, bro. When I went to Western, we get out of school, head right up at the Shavley Park. and that'd be them Butler girls, bro. They all had their uniforms on. They were nice, crisp, clean. You know what I mean? They had like no creases or nothing. They were really nice when they were sucking a nigga dick. You know what I mean?
That's terrible, man.
Bro, I'm trying to like that's what I'm saying. Like just with like you were saying, bro. Like uniforms have nothing to do with how you are as a person. Neither does your hair. You know what I mean?
So the policy was actually suspended, but even the backlash from it. But like the backlash from it happened, but. You know, with the damage already done by even placing it. Now, people would be like, oh, well, it's been this way for a while. Or it was like that when I was a kid. But that doesn't not make it institutional racism because it was there when you was there. Like, even though the policy was suspended and, you know, people have freedom of their hair now, is that overtone still there? Like, do y'all feel like that overtone would still be there?
Yeah. I mean, even though it's suspended, their damage already done.
Yeah, so you tried it.
You tried it. Yeah. Yeah. We know how you. We know.
Like, now we know what's. I mean, but I respect. Like, I respect blatant racism more than
covert racism.
I have more respect for the dude. I don't like you because you're a black, big lip, watermelon eating nigga. I mean, that's what's up. You a bold motherfucker.
I love watermelon.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I don't like that shit where you have dread, so you can't be a good student.
You're not professional.
You know what I mean? You're not professional because you got an afro.
You would be a good fit with us.
Yeah. It's all like the voice thing. Like,
I think my company's moving in a different direction.
You said voice thing too?
Yeah, it's all like using slang versus like talking proper.
Yeah.
Hey,
your interviewer voice and whatnot.
Still, you like what the heck? Like when people say proper English, we're American. We speak American English. You go to England, that shit is English is far different from American English. There is no such thing as proper English. America is built on ebonics. Almost every American word is a slang. It's made. They threw this root word, put it with that word, put this Latin word, smash it together. That's English itself is slang. You know what I mean?
American English, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so
if you say me speak proper English, I'm gonna call you a wanker.
Yeah.
Like, all right, wank ass. No. But
it's crazy though.
We gonna get to the actual topic of the show, man. And we gonna
there's a wheezing around here somewhere. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
Kind of Pokemon Go, man. We gonna change gears. So with the recent shootings. Well, I don't even want to say shooting. Murders of Philando Castile, Alton Sterling. There was another young brother that was hung in Atlanta, and countless others. And you can count the Dallas shootings. What do y'all feel like is the state of Black America? Like, how do y'all feel? Not how do y'all feel about it, because I'm sure every reasonable Black person feels the same. But like, what do y'all feel like is the state of Black America right now?
I think I don't know why, but we seem to be more reactive than active. Like we wait until something happens and then it's like, oh, now everybody wants to march, everybody wants to be an activist, everyone wants to be an advocate.
Everybody's conscious now and shit like that.
Yeah, because they put it in the media, but the thing is that it's been happening. Like people are too connected and too worried about like what's going on social media, and like as soon as it pops up on social media or in the news or something, then it's when people want to talk about that this problem's been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years, and and because our attention span is shitty, like we can't really focus on anything. Like as soon as like a black person get killed, then you go over here and then like the shooting in Orlando happens, and then like that it spreads out.
When the shooting of a gorilla got more press than the shooting of a black person,
that's crazy.
That's saying something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That in itself,
like you had people crying, like you had white people and black people
hurt
had hashtags over a fucking gorilla. You know what I mean? A gorilla that was literally enslaved. You know what I mean? It was in a cage. That motherfucker lived in a goddamn cage.
It's free now.
You feel me? And you had more sympathy over that than
then two niggas that got shot on video.
Than human beings.
And come up with excuses. You know what I mean?
Like I said, man, Kumo D said it best. This is one of the greatest quotes I done heard, man. The easiest way to vilify you is to victimize you. Like if somebody can make you a victim, then they can point the finger at you. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. One of my favorite case studies in American history. is O.J. Simpson. How much of that trial was about him actually killing Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman? Maybe about 20% of it. Everything else was media swarm. So it's like they tried to vilify that man.
Mm-hmm.
Or they just tried to vilify the whole situation, but a whole lot of things went unsaid.
OJ did it.
Man, that's
He just
that's
couldn't find a
another
glove
day.
that fit. But but and it's the part that makes me upset the most is that there is no black people, and I hate to say this, bro. Black people have too much love because
Black people are the most forgiving people on
black-
earth to
because
ever
if
live.
black people were really as violent as everybody makes us out to be, there would be no more white people.
No?
And like, here's the thing, is just that we get to the point where we will, what's the word I'm looking for? Reprimand. We'll talk bad about other black people who get angry about this shit and act out in an angry manner. You know what I mean? For example, instead of saying don't riot, riot correctly. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're gonna riot, don't riot in your neighborhood, man. Take that shit
To the
downtown
east
to the,
end.
to the business district. Bet some change happen. You know what I mean?
Go to 4th Street.
You feel me? And
Go
that's
to
what
the
other people don't realize. And it's like, for example, you two motherfuckers, my brother. I just met you, bro, but you know my brother too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? If I see a cop beating on one of you, I'm jumping in.
Right.
And when you have a whole neighborhood of people watching a black man get his ass whooped by some police, that's bitch made, and that's fear.
Mm-hmm.
We fear the system, and until we stop fearing the system, stop pleading from the system, because you got when you, until we, I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it. I think it was Thomas Jefferson, one of my old motherfuckers. They said, you feel me, that the government should not only when the government fears the people will there be justice. You feel me? As long as the people fear the government, there will never be justice.
No?
And
I agree.
And that's the issue. We're accepting authority as truth instead of truth as authority. Like, we'll sit there and watch like our fellow human beings get beat, getting killed or whatever. But as soon as the cameras are on and everyone wants to talk about it and you was there, you're like, oh yeah, he didn't even do anything. So like you know there's between good and bad. You know
People
justice.
know what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, you know what that is, but like you didn't act on it. You know, like,
And it's you can attribute all of that to fear, man. Like, and this is gonna be fucked up to say, but black people as a whole are pep rally people.
pretty much.
Like, if somebody sits in front of us and says like, "Hey, man, y'all need to do this," and we're like, "Yeah, let's do that," and then y'all go home from the pep rally, y'all don't even go to the game. Do we need like a leader or a vanguard or something like that?
Here's
No,
the thing, though.
we just need to be collectively on one accord, and it's fucked. It's so fucked up. Like all of you ever heard about the 10 precepts to break up any group of people? Like what happened to black folks or whatever. It's so fucked up. Like how ingrained and how separated we are. Is it possible? Yeah. But it's just so fucked up, like how separated we are. Like people be fussing about black on black crime, black on black this, and y'all need to take care of y'all's obedience and shit.
Black crime don't even exist,
Bro,
It's about a perspective. That's just like saying animal and animal crime. You know what I mean? People do crime against people in their area.
The concept of black people being more prone to violence is a fallacy, bro. Like that. And then you have black on black crime, right? And then I'm trying to find, I literally wrote this down in my notes. All right, the concept of black on black crime is a fallacy. But also the concept of crime following color as opposed to following poverty is also a fallacy. Like crime, you can talk about black on black crime, but if I go to the West End, 85% of the people that I see there are what? Black. Now, 60% of that 85% are black and poor. So any crime committed is going to be done by another poor black person. Not because, oh man, I like doing crime, or
black people especially.
It's because I have a lack thereof. I don't have. So it's like, and they blame. The thing is, like, they blame. Like, even blaming it, like, it's just a ruse, bro. That's all it is.
And I'm glad you said that. I mean, I talk a lot. So I'm trying some of what I will say. Black people need to be organized and have a plan and be ready. Because I hate when black people say you need to have a certain time, be a part of the system, change the system. No, they don't. We got a lot of black people in the system.
Shit, everybody on Freddie Gray case was black.
You know what I mean? And then you have the same people that's like, thugs won't create change or whatever. You can call them thugs, street soldiers. Huey Newton was one of the greatest organizers. Like, I idolize this man. But the reason that is, he had a PhD. You know what I mean? Huey Newton was an educated motherfucker who taught himself how to read in high school. Like, he went all the way through high school, did not know how to read. You know what I mean? And he was a nigga that fought a lot growing up. You know what I mean? He was pretty much what you would consider a thug. Later on, got his PhD. He organized the college and the street, brought them two together to create the Black Panthers. You know what I mean? You had your street soldiers, and then you had your diplomats. That's any war. America has diplomats and soldiers. The diplomats meet at the table first. These are our demands. In the Black Panthers case, we have a 10-point plan. These are our demands. We want you to meet our demands, or shit will fuck up. You know what I mean? In his case, he didn't even say that. Or we just won't use you. We'll have our own communities. You know what I mean? But in case of war, these are our demands. You can meet our demands. We can try to compromise. But if you can't meet some of these demands, we're going to war. And diplomats don't fight. Soldiers fight. You know what I mean? You have a bunch of niggas on the street who were ready to die for something. You see what I'm saying? Because they're tired of living for nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Instead of utilizing that, look, man, how about we fight to make our people better?
Or channeling that and putting
Yeah.
it in the right
So
direction.
if you had all these judges and all these snob motherfuckers that get on my goddamn nerves, because I'm smarter than 90% of the old motherfuckers that I meet. You know what I mean? Regardless of how I talk and how I look. You know what I mean? And that's not saying conceit. I'm not saying you feel me? I read a lot. I know a lot. But
No,
I'm just saying,
bro.
you
And
know
like
what I
a
mean?
lot of people, I was telling a friend of mine about like just basic shit, and I was just like, black people just don't have access to knowledge. I'm not saying college and education. I was like, bro, education isn't the only way. Like, formal schooling isn't the only way to like gain knowledge. Like, if you met, and a lot of times I be telling people like, bro, fuck with old people. Just fuck with old people and don't say shit and listen. Like, they give you they'll drop so many gems on you that you would have never known.
Yo,
Like you would never know. And like, it's just all about knowledge. And a lot of black folks, they're in situations where like it's fucked up. Like, the people around them ain't really saying shit.
And the last thing I'm worried, like, if I'm hungry, the last thing I'm worried about is a book. You know what I mean? And that's why I hate the phrase, you want to have something from a nigga, put it in a book. The only reason why that nigga's not going to look for that book, because he's still looking for his meal. You know what I mean? And that's just real. I mean, and you can break it down anywhere. You can break it down from Willie Lynch syndrome. You can break it down from when they was kicking blacks out of unions. You feel me? Because that's why the unions were created. Unions were created so that way the white man wouldn't lose his job to a black man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if you a businessman, you just had a bunch of people freed from slavery. They've been working their whole life hard as shit for nothing. So how much can you pay them? Next to nothing. And they would be happy with it. White people didn't like that, so they created unions. So now black people can't have jobs, right? Then they started knocking out the marketing. You feel me? And then as time progresses, black people started slowly getting more and more stuff. White people continued to take shit from them. The West End was an all-white neighborhood. Shaftesbury didn't get created until the West End became black. And when the West End became black, they started taking. White West End used to be all. My family, my granddad, my
West
granddad's
End was
dad
all
was
white?
one of the, used to be all white because that. And the one thing that shows that golf course, that shiny golf course. You ain't never seen a golf course in the hood. You know what I mean? So all them nice houses, they used to belong to all white people. As soon as black people started building up and going out there,
Probably property value done went down.
property started dropping, and you know what they would say? You got black people coming in. So you had this thing called white flight. White people will move from an all-white neighborhood, create a suburb and live there to get away from the black people. And when white people move, their resources move. You know what I mean? So then you have the crack epidemic where black people are targeted, and this is proven evidence. I ain't got to go all the way down into it. If you want to look, you look it up damn self. You know, whoever listening. But you have black people who are targeted. You feel me? To go to prison. So now you're taking the mad breadwinner out of the house. So now the woman had to go out and work. You know what I mean? And I'm not no disrespect to the queens and to the females, but I'm just saying that's what happened. You know what I mean? Then they started saying, well, how about this? We'll give you welfare.
You got to turn around and ask.
Can't have a man.
Can't
Can't have a man in the household.
You can't have the man in the house. So you feel me? Like, you can't tell me this shit wasn't targeted. But anyway, so
Systematic.
all this stuff happens. You feel me? So now black people are making less money because you no longer have 2-parent households because the father's in jail because he was targeted. He may have did some fucked up shit, but he was targeted and he had a harsher sentence because he was black, right?
Of course.
So all this stuff happens. So then, what about the education? Your schooling is based off the property tax. So if you have a low property value, your property tax is lower, and that means you have less money going to your education. You see what I'm saying?
Education
So now
is
your
poor,
education
and you
is
know
poor.
less. Think about all the
and that
people
keeps the
that.
cycle going.
And that's systematic racism.
Think about all the people that made it to college.
So,
Think about all the black people that we know that made it to college, right? Think about all the people that made it through college. Nigga, them first 2 years, that's a reality check. I remember thinking, hell, I'm in Unitas, I'm a Division I athlete. I'm thinking shit's great. Nigga, I didn't know half of the shit. Like, high school didn't teach me nothing. Like, I'm not good at math or anything like that, but I learned more from life experiences than I did in any classroom, with the exception of, like, Ricky Jones' class. Shout out to my nigga, Dr. Ricky Jones. That motherfucker's cool. But outside of Pan-African Studies or anything in college, like, bro, you learn how to, like, navigate through life, bro.
Man.
And if I can reflect on my college experience, and I know I'm just 2 months removed, it's really just nobody gives a fuck and bills are due on the first.
Bro,
That's all I learned.
that's real shit. And the thing is, like, I even go back to the police real quick. You know what I mean? You know why police are shooting niggas? Anybody heard of the Lucifer effect?
What's that?
No, what is it?
Lucifer effect. Lucifer effect. So a college professor took some of his students down to a prison. You know what I mean? He divided them up. You're prisoners. You're what they call correctional officers.
Oh, I think
You
I
see what
heard.
I'm saying?
I didn't know what it was
Now,
called. Okay.
like,
They were
abuse of
both
power type
students.
shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they started abusing their own powers. Now, once again, they were just students. And then point to the professor who appointed himself the warden. He started mistreating the convicts.
Yeah.
That
Even,
weren't really convicts. They was
even
going
talking
home.
different. He even talked different
You know
when
what
it was time.
You see what I'm saying?
For
That's
real?
called Lucifer effect. So as you create these layers of separation, you feel me? That's what brings out evil. You know what I mean? Once again, African spirituality would teach you that alienation is the root of evil. You read Dante's Inferno. The deepest part of hell is cold.
It's
What's
cold.
cold?
It's ice.
Separation. You see what I'm saying? And Lucifer wasn't in hell for killing them like that. He was in hell for betraying. He created a layer of separation. I'm about me, not about you. The biggest sin, the root of all evil, the Lucifer effect, is separation. So what did they do with police? They took them out. They used to have on foot cops. You don't have those no more. You have cops inside cars. So now the only time a cop even interacts with you is when he's trying to solve some problem. So every time he looks at you now, it's because there is a problem. And then you become the problem. Lucifer
Because you're a
effect.
target.
You put on foot cops, you force them to interact with people in the neighborhood.
And also, the ones who are interacting with the communities, they didn't come from these communities.
Man.
They're scared. They
They have no
clue
idea.
how to deal with people who don't look like them, and that's a problem. You know, you got to have police who are familiar with the people that they police.
And there we go. We can have jobs right there. We can make jobs to where like we're giving our own people the right to police us.
Mhm.
You know,
Exactly.
we police ourselves. And that way-
Create, build something.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
That's creation. Right
There's
there.
no.
That's
there's also
proactive.
There's no consequence. You feel me? Every time a cop kills somebody, it's called a justifiable homicide. They pretty much get a license to kill. There's no consequences for their actions.
Yeah,
Why?
wow.
Because the people that police them have no voice. You make a citizens review board. Fuck a citizens review board for one. Because citizens review board just reviews shit. If you don't have the power to actually affect this man's pay, he don't give a shit about you. You know what I mean? So you gotta have the power to hire,
He's
fire,
gonna get
and
paid
affect this man's
vacation.
pay. You know what
You
I
know?
mean? Then you can start getting some change and shit.
Bro, you know the only two things that white people fear: loss of life and loss of finance. bro. And that's the only way that we'll ever get up.
Exactly. That's why I'm
We gotta fuck up their money, or we gotta fuck some shit up.
And that's another myth.
Oh,
That's another myth. Black dollar is a myth. Now, let me explain why the black dollar is a myth to begin with.
Because it goes in the white world banking system at the end of the day.
Yeah, because money is money is an illusion. You feel me? All it is, if I got a $5 bill, that means that the American government owes me $5.
Right.
That's all it means, and we exchange debt. That's all we're doing is exchanging debt.
Legal tender.
America has no gold, so what the fuck are they gonna pay you?
Nothing.
You see what I'm
tangible.
saying? So, you know what I mean? So, the real wealth is assets. Black people own no assets.
No property.
So, we don't have no,
Property.
every dollar has to be backed up by something. So, if we have no assets, there is no black dollar. Our black dollar is worthless. Only thing the black dollar really is the illusion to keep black people in the cycle paying instead of buying assets. That's the only thing a conversation of black dollars worth. Black dollars need to be transferred into black assets. That's one thing. Second thing is, you stop buying Jordans right now. You know what? Like whatever company owns Jordans, everybody stop buying Jordans. You know what they gonna do? They already a couple $500 million. Fuck it, close the shops. I'm done. I got my fortune.
Yeah, they built up their property.
Yeah,
Exactly. They
That's-
have their materials.
that's it.
Already. They have
Boycotts don't mean shit. You can't boycott a
Or they'll
motherfucker
make
that's
some other
already
kind of
rich.
shoes. They'll start
You know
making
what
some
I'm
other
saying?
shoes, you
You know
know?
what I mean?
Exactly.
You still like
They
you
can, at the
still
next,
broke.
like we're still broken. They still
They
have,
talk
like they
about-
can pack up and that be like they'll be good.
And they'll talk, and then people talk about, like, for example, the Montgomery bus boycott. You talking about a small ass town called Montgomery with a small ass independent bus company, and it still took 380 something days. It took over a year of boycotting.
We talking
And
about
they
super
independent.
corporations.
You know what I
now.
mean?
Like these
You're talking about Fortune
You talking about
500 companies.
Boycott
Yeah.
Walmart.
You ain't gonna
You
boycott.
can.
There's a boycott. There's a Walmart in Afghanistan. They're not giving two shits about your little, like, for example, like they was talking about
I'm
don't
not
build a
buying.
Walmart in the West. They don't care the fuck about that Walmart in the West End. Well, fuck it, y'all want to shit. Close that
Close it
shit.
down.
Open up the next one. You
Exactly.
know what I mean? And so we have to change the idea of boycotting a company that's already rich. That's like your son talking about, Daddy, you know what? If you don't pay me right, I'm not doing no chores. Nigga.
Right.
Like, I already own my shit. You don't have, you know what I mean? Until we start talking about black people reincorporating their dollars into their own community and breaking that cycle of the black, quote unquote, black dollar, it's just not.
That's
not
the
gonna
energy
be
we need to
anything.
put out. Is
Yeah.
is more towards being more proactive instead of reacting to everything and supporting each other instead of focusing on boycotting. You know, put that energy that we're gonna boycott into building something. We got to start building.
Into putting your money together and buying some property, buying a piece of land, and then creating
Man.
something for yourself.
There are lots in the West End for sale for like $40. You know what I mean? And like they're little lots, but like you buy a couple of them.
If
start the
10
community
people, if
garden.
10 people put $40 together, you have a plot. You have a plot of land.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shit,
Yeah,
all them
group
damn houses.
economics, you know, that's the fastest way that we can come together and put our money towards a purpose instead of just like buying into this materialistic illusion. I mean,
You know the best way.
if it's just really hard to do that because like we come full circle around, like we already talked about how the families were broken apart, and you know the families is that first unit to a community, to a neighborhood. But I mean, we need to get back to that. We need to get back to communicating with one another. We need to get back to showing respect to each other because no one else is.
Mhm.
And we
So
need to get back.
who made the point that said black people are the most forgiving? Is that you reserve?
Yeah,
to other people.
Love it.
And
We forgive everybody
Because-
but ourselves.
We hardest
We're
on
so
ourselves.
we're xenophilic. You know what I mean?
We looking for love.
White
man.
people xenophobic. And I'm not talking about, I ain't trying to be racist. You can call it racist if you want, fuck it. But throughout history, black people have always been xenophilic. Everything
We've
from
always
the
embraced.
language,
Yeah.
Ubuntu, you feel me? Or I see you because you is I. You know what I mean? All this stuff that black people say, you know what I mean? Hotep. And fuck all that shit about Hotep, nigga. Hotep means peace. That means I'm wishing peace upon you. You know
Right.
what I mean? That's all that means. But anyway, white people throughout history have always been in war. You feel me? Because they are xenophobic.
Been
They barbarians.
discourse.
You know what I mean?
They
it's
live in chaos.
and you feel me? And
They are,
so
they are comfortable in chaos. That's what
we
it
need
is.
to get back to that. We need to stop trying to. I hate when old people also say that we need to assimilate within the white man's culture. No, we need
That's
to build our
what
own
it
culture
is.
because we used to say it takes a village to raise a child. You know, I don't know how old you are, man, but my dad used to tell me the reason he didn't act up in the neighborhood because if he went 5 blocks down and after the food, the woman that owned that house knew his dad, knew my
He get beat
grandfather.
till he got home.
You would get your ass whooped by her. Then you would send home to get your ass whooped when you got home. You see what I'm saying? That's a community right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now people are like, nah, don't hit my child, whatever, fuck. But we don't have that kind of unity because my granddad trusted this woman down the street to send my dad home if he fucked up.
And it's sad to say, man, but that generation is dying out, bro.
Yeah.
We all just
It's a dirty game. But let's change the topic to our final topic of the evening. What's it like to be a black man or woman in today's society? And what known and unknown challenges do we face every day that people of other races may not know, experience, or face themselves?
Man,
I'll go last.
I feel like being a black man is so much powerful that people don't even want to recognize it. The whole idea of oppression has always been the weak trying to oppress the strong. You see what I'm saying? Because you're never going to try to fight. You're never going to try to oppress a motherfucker that's already weaker than you. You don't pick them kids. You know what I mean? You don't just go around beating up women. If you do, it's because you have low self-esteem yourself. You're already weak. You're weak mentally if you do.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you're strong mentally, I have no reason to fight a motherfucker that's half my size. He can sock whatever shit he want. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the whole idea of oppression, they know that black is strong. You feel what I'm saying? Hell, life knows it. The sun knows it. We go outside, we don't burn up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So being black, period, is strength. But things that we face, I feel like our greatest challenge is, like you said, man, each other. Our greatest challenge is each other because I don't give a shit if white people like me or not. You know what I mean? That don't matter to me at all. But I try so hard to get black people to understand to understand simple things. But because I'm black, it doesn't have, like I used to say all the time, because of the type of black person I say I'm a nigga. And because I reject all form of society. I'm myself regardless.
Right.
You know what I mean? We used to go having little college talks toward black male rap session. Bunch of black people in the room talk about black issues. I say something, people looking at me because I say with a little bit of ebonics and some slang and some, you feel me, some, vulgar language in it.
Because you're not
The
professional.
delivery may have been fucked up, but the message was there. And I'll write that message down, pass it to one of my homeboys, shout out to Clem. He'll say it, get a round of applause. You know what I mean? Just like everybody knows, a lot of people know me from when I said "nah me" when I was talking to a bunch of white folks, because white people ask why do black Greeks stroll, do chants and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Kappa went up there. He says we know each other apart. No, that's not why. We do line dances because that's a part of African roots. They do line dances in Africa. Call and response is an African thing. So when you do a call and response,
Yeah.
you not get an amen.
That shit's ingrained in
that's
the culture.
African.
Yeah.
You feel me? Drums, all that shit. Having a beat, that's African.
We don't
Stepping,
want to
strolling,
say that.
that's African. You know what I mean? So when I say that, and then I ended with "nah me," or
They heard
Fuck
they
all
heard
that I
not
just
me, not fuck your
Yeah.
10-minute
Thing is-
synopsis.
after when I got off the stage, white people like, man, I didn't know that. That was something. They was actually giving me props for what I said. Black people was saying, well, you fucked up because you said "not me." You know what I mean? Or you go get around black people. I'm talking about, black issues, and as soon as a white person come around, they do this shit. All I'm trying to say is that white people, like the fear that's in black people and how much we don't even like to be with each other.
Right.
That's the biggest feat of being any kind of black person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Daniel, how you feel?
I feel similar to Rashad. I feel like we're too focused on what everyone else thinks about us. We're too focused on how the world views us, and we're not working on ourselves. And we are our own worst enemies when we look at it that way.
In our own way.
In our own way, and like even though we think we may be doing the right thing with like these protests and these boycotts, and I mean it's fine and all, but the thing is that it's not fully organized to me. Like it's not like everyone's not really doing it because it needs to be done, but because it's trending. Like I said, like we're reacting to it. Like it needed to be done before we got here. Like this
14 Not 1492, 1491.
Yeah,
When they was plotting the course.
exactly. Like we here now, and like this system's already been established, and like it's disenfranchised us. Like we're the criminals easy, like just because of the color of our skin, because of our hair, and like that you can tie that back to the Butler situation, and
Vilified.
Yeah.
Vilified and victimized.
Yeah, and the thing is that we need to realize that it's not always about assimilation. It's not always about like, oh, well, because white people are here, we can't talk about this, or we can't focus on ourselves because we're in front of them. No, it's like it's really the opposite of that. They need to see us do our own thing, and then we'll probably get more respect that way. They'll probably fear us more too. But you know, if we come back and like build another Black Wall Street, I mean, they probably gonna try to bomb it again.
That drone strike it, bitch.
But I mean, when we were on that level, you know, we didn't assimilate with them at all. We weren't allowed to. It was segregation, but we was already like advancing at such a fast rate that's what scared them. They scared them to the point where they had to bomb us.
Like, damn, they've been out of slavery 45 years.
Yeah. We already had it was Tulsa, right?
Yeah,
Tulsa, Oklahoma. We already had it set up, ready to have international trade. And you know, once they broke up all that, they dissected the family, they dissected the community, and now we hate each other. You know, now we need all that stuff. Like if we had our stuff ready to go right now, we had our own system put together. We say fuck their system. We don't need their police. We don't need their justice. We don't need their money. We have all that for ourselves, and we're taking care of ourselves. We're looking after each other.
D. Floyd, how you feel?
I totally agree with both of these gentlemen's statements. I think that it is correct to be self-sufficient, to start building our own foundation for things, you know, and to do it anyway. You know, not to not do anything with fear of what's going to happen, but to do it just because it's kind of like there's always going to be phases within history. You know, the tide rises and falls. So I think this is kind of like a turning point for our culture to kind of really be more proactive on things. You know, we see the conscious movement. Yeah, it's trendy, you know, but that's a good thing also. That's also a good thing because it shows that there is that they're actually paying attention, whether or not they're going to act on those
people
conscious.
Now at least willing to listen.
Yes. It's always a good thing when you see trends because that means that so many people have been, you know, that attention has been put on something so much. So now it's this big and now it's a trend, you know, and, you know, you're always going to have people that aren't going to, you know, they just going to go with the trends or whatever. That's cool. But you don't need everybody. That's a myth. You just need a few quality people. You don't need quantity for real. You just need a few people to really do something real. And the rest of people are going to follow. You don't need everybody. So Don't get discouraged when you're dropping knowledge on people and they don't get it. I just keep it moving. Everything's not for everybody.
It's going to be some casualties.
It's going to be some.
There's going to be some casualties and coons, man.
Yo. So, yeah, definitely. I just think it's a good idea to have people in whatever field that you're in, whatever your strengths are, try to get them together. That's
right.
You know, just kind of like how we did today, man. I talked to this cat. I met him at Knowledge Fest. He said he wanted to do a podcast. He wanted to do YouTube. I said, hey, I got a camera. I didn't tell him about the mic, you know. I was like, look, man, I'll use my resources. We'll come together and create something, see where it goes.
Right. Like I said, man, it's all love, bro, at the end of the day. And I'll start mine with, you know, a quote by Langston Hughes. He said, Negroes, sweet and docile, meek, humble, and kind. Beware the day they change their mind. And the only reason why I even started with that is because it's a mindset. Like, what do you say? What do people say? I think, therefore I am. Mm-hmm. If you think that you can't do something, if you think that you can't be successful, you think that you can't, if hard work doesn't equal success, then it won't. Because you've already lost. You've already defeated yourself in your head. And I feel like society, and I really hate like blame society or whatever, but different systems and powers that be or whatever has downtrodden us as a people to where we just don't think that we can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And for the people that actually do it, they're so light years ahead of us that we don't think that we can attain that too. Your Obamas, your Oprahs, your LeBrons, Floyd Mayweathers, they're all normal ass niggas. At the end of the day, if you take money, power, and status away from them, they put their pants on the same way everybody else does, man. And it's like, when we realize, like, what we as a people are capable of, and, like, what we can do, and just, like I said, like, the whole reason why we want to do this was just, I might not be able to do it, man, but if I can spark the nigga that does, I've done my job. I've done a service. And it's like, it just goes back to that mindset. Like, think about, I don't know how everybody was raised or whatever, but if you was, like, put in a situation where, like, you was told, like, you ain't gonna be shit, you ain't gonna be shit, you ain't gonna be shit, you're gonna be like, well, shit. If you fail, well, at least I'm just like the rest of them. But, like, if you succeed, then you that example for your community. And, like, if we just had, it might just even be, like, more positive reinforcement. Like, just telling every black child, like, hey, you made an A on your test. Hey, let's go out. Or, hey, you did, you won a spelling bee. Here's $100 or whatever. Just more positive reinforcement, man. And it's a dirty ass game that white folks have played, man. And white folks is can I say white people, are all white people bad? No, all white people aren't bad. But the vast majority, history has shown that all of you are the devil. Now, there are some exceptions to that rule, but for the most part, all y'all bad. Fuck all y'all. I be telling people another quote that I have that I wrote for myself, man. A comedian said, find the honest white man is close to impossible because they all act like racism doesn't exist, and when you call them out, they play the passive-aggressive female game. And that's true, man. Like, you just, like, they'll BS you and run you around. And that's in all facets of life, man. And it's like, that's why I'm saying, like, this whole conscious movement, yeah, it might be trendy, like, my brother said to my left, but at least people are, like, opening their ear to it. At least people are, like, batting an eye to it. Because 5 years ago, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I ain't trying to hear that angry black nigga shit.
Yo.
Nah, bro, we ain't trying to hear all that shit. But now when shit's getting real, and it's only gonna get worse. Like, oh man, technology's cool, this, that, and the third. Nah, like, ultimately, I made a status probably like 2 years ago. I said, man, when my grandkids ask me what the 2010s was like, I'm gonna tell them just like the 60s with smartphones. Cause ain't shit changed. Nothing at all. Only thing that changed is instead of leaders getting shot, regular niggas are getting shot on cam. So it's like, once we realize the power that we have, we the strongest people on earth. If you think about all the bad shit that's happened to any race.
But don't know it.
Yeah, in mankind. All the worst shit's happened to us. And I'm still going out to the store and, getting me some chips and shit. If I can still do that after all the bad shit that done happened.
Do you know how powerful?
We bound for greatness.
Exactly.
It's just a mindset, man. And I'll probably end up closing with that. We're going to wrap up, man. It's been good. This is what I wanted. Like I said, man, just sparking the dialogue, man. That's all we really trying to do, man. And, at this point, I'm going to just plug a different couple businesses. Rashad, you got something?
Yeah. I'm actually starting a company.
He's like, yeah.
I got a company that I've been trying to start for 2 years, just getting some people to back me and whatnot and getting money to start the shit up. You know what I mean? LLC, trying to get a board of directors, and people tell you they got that. And then they're like, yeah, man, whenever you're ready, just email me the proposal. Not knowing I got that motherfucker on my phone right now, I email it to you within 38 seconds. And that motherfucker is 30 pages long. And I'm telling you, when I tell you, it breaks down how to solve these problems, how to build up a new Black Wall Street. All my research. Like, I'm telling you, people say we need a plan. I have a 30-page plan sitting in my phone ready, and I'm about to start this mug with or without anybody. So I spent the last year trying to find a board of directors. If I can, I mean, I got a couple brothers interested. So if they want to stick through into or put some money together so we can get this bitch started, you know, we can do that. But if I can't find that, next month I'm starting this company. If I'm one deep, just call myself different names on the paperwork so I can get nonprofit status. You know what I mean? Use my middle name on one, use my first name on the other, use my straight name. You know what I mean? To get this board of directors. But yeah, I mean, because, and I've noticed that a lot of people say, yeah, man, we down for that. And I send it to them. And I'm like, hey, bro, contact me. And I don't get no reply. So fuck it. You know what I mean? So anyway, also, got some poetry going on, got mixtape dropping, all that good shit. Yeah.
How can people reach you?
What's your
Rashad?
name? Get your social media stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, how can people get you, man?
I have a Twitter. I don't use that much because I don't know how. But I figured out how to use Facebook. So you can find me on Facebook at Rashad Malik Mitchell. Straight up, I don't use all that getting money over here on, whatever. Rashad Malik Mitchell. You know what I mean? My government.
Rashad, get to the money, Mitchell.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But you can find me on SoundCloud. I got poetry and rap. I do conscious music. I don't do thug
What's
shit.
your
I'm not a
SoundCloud?
thug.
How can they reach you on SoundCloud?
SoundCloud.com/HERU hyphen, like the little Jay-Z hyphen. So hyphen THE hyphen outlaw. OUTLAW. Heru the outlaw. Heru is a Greek deity that represents the bridge in between the animal side of human and the God side of human. So once that bridge is something I cross back and forth every day. You feel me? To let you know I'm the outlaw of society. But anyway, so Heru the outlaw. I got poetry. I'm dropping poetry. It's coming soon. Got a couple mixtapes. Got some music going. But the number one thing is this company. It's called It Takes a Village. And it's a 5-phase program. It has everything from figuring out fundraising for community gardens, bringing communities together, you feel me, with different events. It has a manhood and womanhood camp that's 10 weeks long, planned out each day. It's planned out already. You know what I mean? All I need is some backing.
Hey, his mixtape's legit, man. It's not, hey, nigga, buy my mixtape. It's fire. He's legit. I had the shit.
Hey,
Man, you should have brought me a copy, man.
Yo, hey, I
I'm
spit some shit now.
I'm gonna check you on SoundCloud.
Hey, I ain't one of these other niggas be like, hey man, pop my mixtape. No, bro. You tell me to spit, I spit on the spot. You feel me? If you let me know how many bars you want, I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Daniel, what you got going on, man? How can they reach you?
Man, y'all can reach me through Facebook, Daniel Cockle, just search in the search bar. Either I don't be on Facebook as much as I used to, but you can hit me from there. Other than that, you might see me around the city. Maybe I work at your friendly Kroger's.
Friendly neighborhood pharmacist.
That's what's up.
Friendly neighborhood pharmacist.
Legit pharmacist, like
Legit.
actual.
Yeah, not street pharmacy.
Yeah. It's like I'm selling on the corner of Kroger's and nothing like that. But
Yeah, he's legit.
I'm gonna plug in one more thing. 502-759-3949. If you're really interested in helping me start this company and getting some networking done, you feel me? Doris, don't call my phone some foolishness because I'll cut you out and block it. So,
hey, if you heard his number, man, rewind this tape back.
502-759-3949.
We got a couple businesses, people we want to plug in. We got A. Hagen dropping his mixtape Next to Blow. You can reach him at www.ahagen.com, HAYGAN, the EP. For booking, you can catch him at ahagenbooking@yahoo.com. There's AHAYGAN booking@yahoo.com. I ain't really had a chance to, give him a listen yet, but I'm going to put this in the whip. You got a Twitter with @ahagen, same spelling. Snapchat's all the same. We got a young lady selling macaroons. What are these? British cookies, macaroons, K's Macaroons. You can reach her on Facebook at K's Macaroons, KAY''S Macaroons. You can't spell macaroons. MACARONS, K's Macaroons. I tasted them. They're actually all right. I think they come in like 3 or 4 flavors. They're pretty good, man. Check them out if you got a sweet tooth for some macaroons. I got my homies back in Harrisburg. 859 ENT. You can catch them on Facebook, 859 ENT. Be on the lookout for them guys, man. They got some good shit cooking up in the bird. Shout out to my niggas, Cam, King P, Jizzle, and my nigga John T, man. Keep up the good work, man. How can we reach you, D Floyd? What you got going on?
Facebook, Donald Floyd. Instagram, D_Floyd. Twitter is the_real_D Floyd. Or you can just search my name. You'll see me. That's it. I think that's it.
From Henderson?
Snapchat too, man. Snapchat is my Snapchat name is VSNRY Visionary. VSNRY. Yeah, I'm from Henderson. Live in Louisville right now. We're just trying to build something here.
And lastly, friendly neighborhood 2X, Raymond Davis. You can just search me, Raymond Davis. It's RAYMOND is in Amit. Snapchat at Ray_2 with a Z. Instagram at Ray2 with a Z 23. Like I said, man, we're really trying to build something here. We got a core group of people. Definitely, anyone on my show, I definitely want them back again. Me and D Floyd. We just getting it in, man. We doing real good things, man. And ultimately, like I said, we just having dialogue. Everyday real nigga shit, man. It's been, brought to you by The Real University. First episode of Real Nigga Shit's in the book, man. We out.